Here we have a bar graph representing the number of hurricanes making landfalls in the U.S. between the years 1851 and 2012. We're only looking at the years June, July, August, September, and October. Our counting is by tens, so we have 10, 20, 30, etc. And we have our bars to represent how many were in June, how many were in July, how many in August, and so on. The book is telling me how many were in August and how many were in September, so that's why I wrote those two numbers down. The other ones, they're not telling me what those numbers are. So I have to figure that out. To do that, I look at this, and I follow it down, and I see that it's really close to 20. It's just a hair shy of 20 though, so I'm going to call that 19. Looking at July, there's my line that I drew, representing 30. But it's a little bit more shy of 30 than that was of 20. So I'm going to call this one 28. And then down here, for October, I see the bar goes out to there, I see the 50 is there, I see 60 is here. It's roughly in the middle of them, so I'm going to call this 55. Now the questions that they're asking us: in which month did the most hurricanes make landfall in the U.S.? Well, that's kind of obvious. The longest line is the most that fell in, that came in. So that's 107 in the month of September. So I can put September as my answer. In which month did the least number of hurricanes make landfall? I've already figured out my numbers, and I see that 19 is the smallest number, so therefore June is the answer to that question. The next question that it's asking us is how many hurricanes made a landfall in August. I find August here. I look out here, and I see that it goes up to 77. So there is my answer for the third question. The fourth question that they're asking us: of those hurricanes that made landfall in August, 2 of them were in 2008. What fraction is that? Well, that's where we're looking then at the part over the whole. So I have my part, I have my whole. The total number, the whole, is 77. So the 77 goes on the bottom. The part is the 2. So the 2 goes on the top. And there is my answer. I check to see, can I reduce that? No. 2 can be divided only by 2, and it's 2 and 1. And 77 cannot be divided by 2, so that cannot be reduced. The last question that they're asking us about this graph: in 2007, only 1 hurricane made landfall. What percent is that of the total number of hurricanes that made landfall? Well, now I have 107, they told us that. So I have to do my part over whole equals percent over 100. So I have my part over whole, percent over 100. We have 1 as the part. We have 107 as the whole. We have the percent. We don't know what that is because they're asking what percent. And we have the 100 is always 100. So then I grab my calculator. Turn it on. I do my cross multiply, and then I divide. So 1 times 100, and then I divide by 107. Hit equals, and it's telling me 0.9345. And it goes on after that, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to take this just to 2 places after the decimal. So I'm going to call this 0.93. The 3 is followed by a 4. So I'm going to round down and I'm going to keep that just 0.93. And the way I have this set up, I don't need to move my decimal point at all. The only thing I need to do is put my percent sign on it. And that's done.